Hello heroes, how are you doing? We are back at it again with the podcast of the In the Mind of a YouTuber. This time around our guest is Medic Man, Zyga, Asura, what should I call you? In the end, like
Zyga, dude. Or
yeah,
Medic Man, whichever one
yeah,
fits you.
just Zyga will be good because that's what you're currently go for. So
Yeah, Zyga.
yeah, before we start, like tell us about yourself, like where have you been, like why have you not been around? You, like the last video I saw you was like 11 months ago.
Yeah, I've been both distracted with school and then real life problems like jobs and stuff. I haven't really had time to make YouTube videos, or I didn't have the motivation, and my PC just gave up on me, and I lost all of my recordings. So I was like, you know what? So I might come back soon, but not as a TF2 YouTuber, mainly because I just don't. I got burned out fast.
Yeah, like TF2, like even though like it's a great game, like even though I play other games, I always come back to it because like it's just fun to play for time to time. But
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just that it burned me out of content. It just became content wise. It was just unoriginal.
yeah, not just
I
that, but
there
like
is a
yeah, yeah, go on, go on.
like there are a couple like original things that you could do still, but it's just either stretched out to a point where it's hard to find things to do original videos on, or it's just funny moments, and
Yeah.
I don't like doing funny moments. It's quite boring
Because nowadays,
sometimes.
like because of the lack of updates from the team, like yeah, even like if there
Yeah,
is an update, you can just make an update videos and couple of videos about like maybe unboxing the new crates.
that's the
Yeah.
thing with the current YouTube or TF2 YouTube state. I see more crate unboxings or update videos being more popular than the actual content, like people doing funny moments or funny things, edits and stuff. And that's really one of the things I didn't want to jump on the train of like I did it once. It was a test to see, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to test on the trend. I don't want to jump on the train of the
Yeah.
of trends. I really dislike it unless I honestly like the update, and it just has stuff that is easily memeable or actually fun. But
Yeah.
I haven't really agreed or liked the idea of just making a shit ton of update videos about the same trend over and over again. And
Yeah.
that's the same reason why I just gave up, because their content I actually tried on usually got like 200 views out of my old 800 subs. I just didn't feel motivated to do normal videos, so I just quit instead of jumping.
Yeah, so like also like I personally like enjoy more like the live commentary style videos in TF2 because like at least there might be something new like to listen to or something like that. Or like if yeah, you probably know like the Skyman Slash and like her new videos like the history and like economy of TF2 like of the lore itself like how like Manco and others like know
Yeah.
each other. That's fun. That's cool. Also like the
I like listening to people, like if the live commentary is
oh,
something like original, it's an idea that hasn't been spoken about a lot, then I don't mind. The lore of TF2 is just
yeah.
interesting to hear, and it depends really what who's making it, the quality of the person making. Like I'm not gonna go. I want to see things. I want to see I want to see good visuals and stuff. Yeah, I might not be able to put up those cool visuals, but I have my standards are for live commentary, clear and audible mic,
Yeah.
and at least some decent gameplay. Because if there's no gameplay, it's pretty boring because you're just listening.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
also
a
like gameplay because people don't watch people who are like as bad as they are, like as good as they are. They want to watch someone better. That's why like a lot
yeah.
of streamers are now popular because like there is a were or are pro gamers who like are in a team and that's why they watch them. But also like on the subject of
One
like
of the
yeah good visuals is SFM. Like I really love the software, but I have a big problem. It hasn't been updated by Valve. since like 2013, I think, or 2012 or whatever. Like, it
I
needs
think it was
updates,
12.
yeah. But everything that was added to like even like TF2 since then was added to SFM through the workshop, and not always is it like really working in itself. So for example, like before my hard drive got burned, like whatever happened to it, I had around like 130 gigabytes worth of workshop items. Those included
Oh my gosh.
like new TF2 items and bug fixes for SFM itself. So yeah,
That's why every time like I see like a new SFM, like even if it's like a poorly edited one, like as long as they put the effort in, like they gained like a lot of respect from me because it takes a lot, and it takes a long time to even like I'm gonna bring up some people like Hamaju Neo.
yeah,
His SFM's amazing.
yeah. But recently,
I like
like
watching.
yeah, the
Yeah,
ones that he made with like full body tracking or something with spy stuff, from what I know.
yeah.
Yeah, that's also cool.
The thing
Yeah.
is, it's just a cool aesthetic. It looks good. I like watching it because it's not too jerky. It doesn't look too bad. Another person that I knew that did like a
Mhm.
bunch of SFM stuff was actually a lot of people in the SFM scene. They they deserve a lot more credit than they do. Because the stuff they put up, the quality, the everything, the time they put in, like those people are the people like that.
Yeah,
I'd
like
say
yeah, they
are
get like
the
once a year like spotlight of like SFM contest, and that's kind of it, more or less.
yeah. I'd say if the SFM community got more love, to be honest, within the people who do unboxings and stuff. Like the
Yeah,
unboxings are pretty stale at the moment. Like it's not that like it's a dead concept in my opinion. It's not that interesting. You're watching someone unbox something with it, and you could just skip to the end, see their loot. It's not that cool,
yeah. Also, like
in my
for people
opinion.
like myself, like I am not rich, I'm poor more or less, but so like even if I wanted to like jump on the bandwagon, like get some clickbaits and some views with that kind of video, like you need to buy at least like 10 crates if you want a video to be a video, and
Yeah,
that is like what, already like $30 to make a video.
about yeah.
Yeah, and like for me, for the person who
That's why I
is not
don't do
affiliated,
unboxing
yeah,
videos. Because unless like someone gives me the crates and stuff,
yeah,
like I will not do an unboxing video because like it's not worth it. First off, because like your chances of getting an unusual in a new crate is very low, and even if you get it, like you have to have extreme luck to get a new god tier unusual. To
yeah.
be honest,
Or even like an
because like
unusual that you can like buy out at $30 or however much you
yeah,
put into the
it's
credit.
something that you can quickly get out.
Yeah.
If anything, just something that looks good. I don't. The thing is with unusuals, they I don't care about the prices. I only care about how
Mm-hmm.
they look.
Yeah.
Unless like I'm buying it or selling it, that's the only time I care about like the keys. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I won't trade for them unless they look good.
Yeah.
I like my old icon, the Blizzardy Storm,
Mm-hmm.
vintage Tyrone. Uh, Tyrone, I remember. That was the nickname for it. It was
Yeah.
vintage Tyrone. It was I really loved it because I love Blizzardy Storm. It was I like the white aesthetic on my profile.
Yeah.
And then I used to have the Cybermedic too with a Blizzardy Storm, Berlin Brain Bowl, and then all that stuff. I never really still like got outside that except for like a couple times with my change to a heavy main
Mm-hmm.
for some odd reason. I forgot why. I think it's just because I got a good looking unusual. I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's
Yeah.
not that bad. And then I sold it. I'm like, you know what? Medic main again. Uh, with some of the people I really respect, like even if I had past conflicts with them, is like people like Doomsday.
Yeah.
I don't think he came back to YouTube yet, but he's one of the people that.
Not YouTube, but he's streaming more or less quite a lot.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I watch him stream sometimes. It's just people like him. Spiky Mikey, I actually like watching him still, even after like my burnt out of TF2.
Yeah.
Uh, and RT games, I'm one of those people. Like him himself. Like I like watching his old videos, but I like the way he was able to become more successful even after quitting TF2. Uh, See, that's what I wish it was like that easy to be able to switch.
Yeah,
Like
because
that's
like
why a lot of
once you play TF2 and produce content for TF2, you are always a TF tuber, and like you are not allowed to play or like upload anything else.
yeah, that's the thing. I really like sometimes like I'm not saying for every case, but
Yeah.
sometimes the TF2 community can get toxic with like people leaving. Like if someone, that's why a lot of people like instead of making new content, they just leave because the TF2 community will either just unsubscribe or just send hate. That's why I love people that try to help them out, even when they're quitting. That's why, like, I'm not scared anymore. I was like thinking, should I just bring it back, play the game I like? Is when right now it's Fortnite. I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
I don't see, like, I understand why people don't like it, and I'll understand if people unsubscribe.
Yeah, but
But
like people will subscribe because it's Fortnite. Like you grab a wider
yeah,
demographic.
that's gonna be another game where if you quit it, it's gonna be a hard time getting back up because the Fortnite community is so big and so wide, and it has full of kids. Not trying to be mean, but full of
Yeah.
really young kids. They're gonna be looking for Fortnite, and if you start producing Fortnite content and then all of a sudden jump ship, it'll be outrageous. And I've seen how the Fortnite community can get with people like stuff like that. They can get really toxic and talk a lot of trash, and I don't really care for them. People who don't accept the way things are changing are the same people I try to ignore, because if you don't have loyal subscribers, what's the point of having subscribers at all?
Yeah, that's why like every time like when I tell someone like how to grow or like how to manage the channel is like don't build a channel, build a community. Like build people who will come for
Yeah,
you and not for the game, kind of in that sense. It's like for example, like let's take one of the, like not controversial but like a big YouTube personality who then went to Overwatch and now is like a big personality in Fortnite. Musalk, or as he called himself, Mustix.
I mean Muzak.
Yeah, he's still kind of
Muzak.
fun to watch.
Yeah, that's the thing. He didn't like die out because he switched jump ships. I don't care if he left. I don't see why people were still mad at him for it. Yeah, but he jumped ships. He was smart about it. He was. I subscribed to him because I liked his personality. That's the thing. People sometimes said, like people who do giveaways like constantly and stuff. They don't. I don't subscribe to them sometimes because like, especially like if it's in a video, because sometimes I think it's fake probably. But if it's someone
Yeah, but like
like
the
that
same
has a
thing is
good
like for example on Twitch, where like someone has like 20 to 30 followers, and they have like the chat in follower only mode. I was like, I'm not gonna watch you. Like, why is that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind people who put it in subscriber mode. Like people like Ninja. Let's bring that up. They
Yeah,
have
but
so many
yeah,
people watching.
how many
them.
followers does he have and subscribers? Like,
I think he has
he
like
should do it.
like he has millions, but I understand why some people like. I only have a couple exceptions. If the chat is being flooded,
Yeah.
and they're getting high traffic flow, then follower mode is a good way to get those followers, and it's smart. It's a good strategy. Another thing is people that have high influence, like a Ninja.
Yeah.
Let's say like one of the TF2 YouTubers, like
Like Crinkle
one of the
Champ,
TF2 streamers. Yeah, like
Floodwing, like yeah.
if they put it into subscriber mode only mode when or follower only mode when like they're getting high traffic and too much people are typing, then I understand. It's not like something I genuinely dislike. I just dislike it when like the smaller people that get no followers do it, because like if you're forcing them to follow to chat to you, like that's how I judge people. I see like I talk to them first, and if I like them, I just follow and sometimes
Like
sub.
that, like I try to go like to the channels in like in TF2 usually who have like 0 or like 1 or 2 viewers at their stream because like,
Yeah,
who knows,
I've
maybe
done
they're
that,
good and like,
I've shouted. I've done that before, and in my old Discord, I used to mention everyone about it, and it was just this thing I would do a little bit, and then I would talk to them. Uh, one of those things applies to TF2 YouTubers. If they have great personalities, I don't mind subscribing to them, sending people to their video, especially if they're getting low traffic. I don't mind, but when it's like people begging and stuff, I really like begging for the subscribers. I'm like, oh, no,
like
I
on the
don't
subject
like.
of like begging for subscribers, like one thing that really annoys me, like on
That's one of
Twitch,
the.
is like Amazon Prime subscriptions.
I don't mind that, except for the people that like beg, like tell you to
like
subscribe
every
with
10
it.
to 15 minutes, like they just say, "Hey, by the way, do you know that you can subscribe with Amazon Prime for free?" And like, it's not really for free, but yeah.
The 30-day trial doesn't really do much, except for like, one of the things why I avoid Twitch in general is because like streaming can mess with my internet, and that's one of my problems. Like that's why I couldn't, because my upload rate is crap. My download rate is worse.
Let you hear my story. I will tell you what my download and upload speeds are, and then we can compare. My download speed is 3 megabits per second, and the upload is 0.15.
Jeez, can't even relate, dude.
So yeah, I streamed a couple of times like from my internet, and it was like 1 frame per
Whenever
like
I
2 seconds.
whenever I streamed, I usually use my LTE because it was faster.
Yeah, but
like
it
my
sucked.
the thing is with the over time, if you kept watch on my streams, you would see over time like the quality and got worse and worse, because that's when like my PC was like, it was basically saying
I'm done.
I've had enough of that. Yeah, one of my streams, in the middle of the stream, it crashed completely, and I couldn't turn it on for like 3 hours because it was overheated. It was done. It gave up. A lot of parts just I had to throw out. I had to give away and stuff, or not give away to people, but like just put it away somewhere. I had. The thing is, I couldn't afford that. I couldn't afford to keep replacing, so I was like, you know what?
I'll just save up, and like after some time I will either buy or like
That's why I've been so silent, because I couldn't do it. I wasn't able to do it. I didn't have the time to do it. I hired one of my friends that's hopefully gonna help me out more. I heard one of my friends, Pally. He's a good editor, so I said, hey man, could you edit these videos for me? And he said, okay man, here's the price, and it's a reliable price. It's 50 cents. He does 50 cents to a dollar depending on what I want, and what I want is a 50-cent deal. And he said, since the video he's working on right now is a Fortnite video or announcement video for why I was gone, except what I'm planning on doing, and why I'm not playing TF2 anymore. I think people already knew why. Like some people already knew. Like a lot of my old fans asked me, like, why aren't you playing TF2 anymore? And I say I got burned out. It wasn't a game I can enjoy by myself. It wasn't something, unless I had a friend with me, I couldn't play. It's like it's kind of like Fortnite with me right now. Like I'm already getting burned out of it.
But like on the subject of Fortnite, I played like on like maybe 3 games when it came out, and like never since, because I didn't quite enjoy the gameplay of Fortnite.
The thing is, I have no problem with the game. I have zero problem with the game. There is nothing, like there is bad balancing issues that I don't care for that much. I play Save the World more, and that's honestly the best one.
That's a co-op single player version, right? The zombies.
Yeah, the zombies one. I play that more because and it's not the game itself that's bad. It's like a majority of its community. Its community is full of like young people that like let's look at the recent drama with, because Ninja. Remember that? Have you seen recently the Ninja thing where
the only the only thing that I saw about him was like when he got roasted on stage. Like There
Yeah,
are
I
no
saw
followers
that
of
one.
yours
I
here
didn't watch
because
that. I don't
yeah,
watch those stuff. But there's this clip going around where he reported someone for stream sniping when he was drunk. Okay?
yeah.
And I looked up Ninja, report, and ban. The amount of people that posted that one clip, you know those Twitch
Yeah.
clip channels? Those people are making it seem like he's the bad guy. That's why I don't like the Fortnite community, because they can take little things. So
But that's not
they
just
make it.
Fortnite community.
They,
Like that's the whole internet
um,
as a whole at this moment.
they just exploded to a place where you're not like Ninja. I've never had a personal interaction with him, but
Yeah.
I watch his streams. I mean, like he's not the person I'd like to watch. I don't really but I understand like why he said it, because it seemed really suspicious. But
Yeah.
he was drunk. He didn't know. Like, to be honest, when you're drunk, you say things that you don't actually mean. When he said he was gonna make sure he gets banned, he
Yeah.
wasn't actually gonna do that. He
And
was
probably he
more.
wouldn't even be able to do that because like even though yeah
Yeah,
he's a
the
big
thing is,
person in the community, but I don't think like the game devs would like just listen to him because he's
yeah, that's
Ninja.
the thing. The people were thinking like taking influence that since he was a big streamer and he actually had contact with an Epic Games employee, that he would have that power. Like the same thing could apply for a TF2 community. And not trying to say that they all do it. It's
Yeah,
just
but everybody has some
one
spoiled
thing.
fruits.
Yeah, the thing let's like cheaters, a big topic in the community. The thing everyone hates. I do not care about cheaters. Not trying. There's cheaters in almost every game.
Yeah.
It's unavoidable.
If you
Black
can
Ops 2,
cheat,
Black Ops 3.
someone will.
If there is such thing as cheats ever, there is such thing as cheats. People will use them. I can't control them. I would if I was able to know them and I was able to try and influence them to
reason, yeah.
stop, then I would. I wouldn't mind trying to change some people from cheating, but like it's not something I can control. It's just a personal option. Let's a YouTuber named Pink. Do you remember that
Pink, yeah,
person?
yeah, I know. Yeah.
They used to be a cheater. Then they stopped, and then they started playing legit, and it was,
Night and day.
you know, I don't mind that they cheated back in the past. I didn't care. Like it's an option. Yes, it's a bad idea sometimes. Like especially if you want to become a YouTuber later, and then people will use it against you. But I don't care if they cheated. They changed, and that's all that matters.
They understood that it was bad and they shouldn't do it again. Yada yada.
Yeah, like you don't need to make up that apology for doing that. It's a one-time thing. You can bring up that you're sorry about it, but you don't need to make a whole video about it. Like for example, Maxbox, where he brought it up for a whole video. I don't think that's necessary. You could just say, I'm sorry, I'm changing the way I am, and then continue to make your content. If people don't like you because of that, then you shouldn't even ignore them, because they're not looking at the big picture here. Cheating is everywhere. We cannot do anything about it. But one less person that's cheating, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But then, like, if one person changes, that's amazing. That's just a step in the right direction.
Yeah, but on the subject of cheating, like, do you agree with China on what they are doing?
I haven't heard anything about China. What happened?
So for like many years already, like they have a law that any distribution, making, or using cheats is sentenced with a jail sentence.
Okay, no, I don't agree with that, because one, a jail sentence for downloading something on your PC, then it's not something that should be punishable by as a crime. It should be, yes, it should be looked down upon, and it should be shamed, since cheating is a cheap. Like, I personally don't think that cheating is that bad. Yes, it makes the game unfun, and sometimes it makes you mad, but
Yeah, but in TF2 you can just grab Vaccinator Medic and just go on and kill the cheater.
Yeah, like the thing is with Valve, they are smart people sometimes.
When they do something.
TF2,
Yeah.
the Vaccinator, amazing addition. Like that was a gift sent by God.
By Gabriel
No,
himself.
yeah, the Vaccinator was such a good idea. That's one thing that's a good step in the direction. Let's just the medic is just a useful tool, especially against cheaters, because you can overheal with him, and it and any uber charge except for the quick fix. I hate the quick fix.
The
Every
quick fix
other
is used
medic
like
gun,
to heal quickly a lot of targets because they're taking damage quite frequently. But,
and the rocket jump.
yeah.
Another thing I want to bring up is the fact that it's not that harmful. It's not murdering a person. It's not stealing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's changing the way you play a game or how others play. But like, actually, if you think about it, it makes players better. Because
Yeah.
if they keep killing the cheater, they'll be able to get better and better.
Yeah, that's what,
So
like, I currently like play. Yeah. Yeah.
in my opinion, cheaters are not that bad. They're not gods. Like in Black Ops 2, they can't turn on God mode on TF2.
Yeah.
They can't. Yes, they can find ways to like make it so that you miss. But even with the anti-aim when they're spinning and stuff, you can still shoot them in the body. It's not like they're invincible.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of videos on why cheaters aren't that bad of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they aren't. They're just kids. That not all of them, but a bunch of them are just kids that found it on the internet and said, "Oh, I can get better at this game unfairly."
Yeah.
And
But like some of them, I think like actually saying that this will help them train their aim in some kind of way. I don't know, but that's mostly about like wall hacks. But that's still a thing. But like I currently like play a lot of Black Ops 4. Like this is my first Call of Duty game ever. I really enjoy it. And like what I learned, like it was like I think day 3 or 4. Dude came up in a game and he had wall hacks. It was quite quick, but okay, never mind. The thing is, like, he used wall hacks, but with my skill and like with teammates with skill, like, actually overcame him, like, still like dominated him. So it's kind of.
Yeah, that's why I don't mind cheaters. If I get in a game with one and they're getting pocketed by like thousands of medics, then yes, I'd leave the game, but I don't mind doing that. Like. It's like the current state of Black Ops 2. You're gonna find a cheater no matter where you go. So if you don't like that, don't play the game. Don't complain about it because it won't change much. Because Black Ops 2 is already down in the rabbit hole.
You can always find like 3 people in every multiplayer game: a cheater, a Russian, and a Polish person.
Yeah, that's another thing I want. The one thing why I avoided YouTube is like I was so close to being able to get monetized. I was like, great, I will be that was gonna motivate me. I was like, you know what, I'll be able to get paid somewhat, so I'll try and make better content. And then they just shoved my efforts right up my ass.
Yeah, 1,000 subscribers, 10,000 viewers. Yeah.
No, it's not only that. I didn't mind for the 10,000 views and 1,000 subscribers. I was about to hit that. Then they made it based on watch time too, and I just gave up. Yeah, there's a watch time now. I don't think now, I haven't really checked, but when I was trying to go for monetization, they changed it to like 4,000 hours watch time.
Yeah,
somewhere around that. But I was like, you know what, I don't like this, because like videos like mine, I don't post 10-minute videos daily. I post 5-minute, 2-minute videos bi-weekly, and that wasn't gonna be easy to get. That's why I avoided YouTube in general.
And that's why, like, I think, like, even though, like, YouTube is a great platform, well, more or less was a great platform, it's still good, but my idea is, like, now it's a little bit, like, unfair towards, like, new people, and even to the big creators, because it tries to become a TV, which it should not be, because YouTube is better than TV. That's why people jumped onto YouTube. It's like you can make your own stuff and like watch
And the thing is,
people like you. But and the thing is
yeah,
like if you don't upload like constantly, like once every 2 days, let's say at least, you will just go down in the recommended and like at some point it will just fall off. But then there are like channels that I watch which are like animation channels, like huge video production channels which take like a month to complete a single video. Like their videos are great, they're amazing. Like some of the movie companies maybe won't be able to do such a thing in a month, but they do it and they still like get pushed down. And instead of them like on the trending channel, there is a late night show or whatever it is.
yeah. It's just the algorithm is so broken. That's why a bunch of like small YouTubers leave quickly, because they come and go. It's just how it is. Like, I'm not trying to be like egotistical about anything, but it's like me. I was a small YouTuber myself, and I came and go, and I came and went because it was just something you couldn't. The algorithm is so hard to find out yourself without like looking it up. I didn't want help with the algorithm. I didn't want to like cheat my way through it. I wanted to find out what gets in the algorithm and what won't, like a test for me. And over time I was like, my highest views is 2,000. I don't think I should continue doing this.
But that's the point, because like nowadays, like we are used to internet, like we live in this like getting information, getting everything now kind of like life, that many people don't want to like fight their way through, so to say. Like they don't want to put effort into growing like their channel or something. They just expect that, ooh, I will upload a video, like one video on a fresh channel, and I will get like 1,000 views. No, you are not. Like you need to get like at least like a 50 or 100 videos before you get actually recognized somewhat, and like you get like 50 to 100 viewers.
Yeah, the thing is, it took me to get 500 subs to get out there. I was out there, like my name was out there by 500 subs. Like I'm not trying to suck my own cock, but it's how it went. I started getting noticed. I have Soundsmith added now, and it's
Cool.
he helped me out with my setup. But then over time, and then I got people like, I would say Spiky Mikey, Weeb, and
Yeah, I remember
Doomsday. Those two
that
people.
video, like 1v1
Yeah, I
crafting,
would. Yeah. Oh gosh, I don't want to remember. I was so cringy back then.
Well,
Like,
nothing really changed.
I've changed. Hey, wait a minute. I'd say I changed a lot with my humor. I'm no longer the random humor or forced humor kind of guy anymore. I'm more of a subtle. I make subtle jokes. I don't make like the hard. And yes, I do make offensive jokes sometimes, but that's that's a different story.
Yeah, but like on the subject of like jokes, like I had like already like 5 gigs as a stand-up comedian, and like locally in my town. Like I felt great, but even though like my idea about comedy is like, even though it might be outdated, it might not be like acceptable in this day and age of like different kind of people, but I believe that there are no offensive jokes, so to say. There are people who try to offend with those jokes, and there are people who get offended by those jokes, but jokes in themselves like are not offensive, so to say. What do you think about that?
I mean, to be honest, it's like the N word, the F word,
The R word
the E word,
and the M word.
Those words only have the power you give them. Then, like, it's the jokes too. If they're clearly a joke, not meant to harm anyone, then take it that way. It's not something to get. It's not worth the effort to make it so that it offends you. I would say, in my opinion, comedy and stuff, like, if as long as they're not trying to offend you, like, then don't bother responding to the joke at all. If it's just a subtle joke,
Yeah.
don't give it the power that you're trying. Like, if you're trying to get offended and you get in, like, let's
If
say
you
in
try to get
America,
offended, you will get offended. So it's
yeah, I hate people that try to get offended, and then there's gonna be someone in your comments saying, "How could you say that, bro? How could you say that?" and stuff,
but like different
and get
beliefs,
offended.
different cultures, like different upbringings, like that differentiates a lot of stuff.
The
But
thing is,
yeah,
comedy isn't just happy. It's not. It makes us happy, but the jokes themselves are not always happy. They can. That's what comedy is different for all of us.
Yeah.
That's why some of us find your mom jokes so funny, and that's why some of us absolutely despise. Despise, yeah.
like the toilet humor.
Despise your mom jokes. Yeah.
Like what
I
I try to like do with my style of comedy is like both like I tell stories from my life that are completely not exaggerated, but like I try to make people think a little bit, like, but they still laugh. Like they laugh directly as a joke, like at the exact second, like do the punchline, but afterwards they think about like the actual meaning. Like was there like a comedian that I used to watch quite a lot, but not really recently, is like Lucy Kay. He's a stand-up comedian. Like he had his fair share of controversy because of the stuff he did, but like still like his jokes were funny, and like he joked about stuff that usually people say like you should not joke about that because like it's offensive or like it's unacceptable or, and there is and therefore, but the jokes are still funny. And like bringing up attention to certain subjects for jokes is like genius for me.
Alright, I'm gonna have to go soon though.
Okay,
So
just 5 to 10
it-
minutes more and like we can finish off.
yeah, 5 minutes is fine. I have to like go soon, but yeah, another thing
I just like
is
go back to like more light-hearted questions because like not questions but like subject like you played Fortnite. Like are there like any other games that you currently play, or like you said you're only playing on Xbox or
in my opinion, the games I play right now, or not in my opinion, it's a fact.
Yeah.
The games I play right now, Forza Horizon, I love that game. It's amazing. Uh, Black Ops 4, I love it. Game just, I mean, refs WWE 2K16. I got that for free, but like it's a game I play sometimes. So
like the question like directly from a like PC, like mainly a PC player to like a person who like now plays console mostly. How do you aim with a controller? Like how do you play shooters with a
at
controller?
first, you know, it's just something you get used to. It's not something like you don't like. Let's say when I played PC for a while, and I wasn't playing console at all, except for when the PC was done. When I started playing PC more, then after years of doing that, and then going back to a controller, it was torture. But over time, I slightly got better. That's how I got. That's my recent achievement is completing all Battle Pass challenges for Fortnite and getting Battle Pass tier 100 without buying any tiers. Yeah, that's one of the things. It's just something you learn over time. I can't really say how I do it. I just move my fingers.
Practice and that's it.
Yeah, it's the basic answer, but that's how you do it. It's like, let's say you're a pro in TF2, like, and a console player says, "How are you so good?" What else are you gonna say except for practice? They practiced. They played the game long periods of times, for long periods of times, and it's not really, you can't really say anything other than that. Like, you played the game. You played.
Yeah,
Played
like
it.
the things that for me like even though like the last console I ever had was like Sony PlayStation 1 mini version, like nothing
Yeah.
ever since. Like, but for me, like console is more about like comfortable playing. Because like, you can like sit down in a sofa or like lie down on the floor or something and just play like that.
Yeah.
You could potentially do it with a PC, but it's not as good.
Uh, so here's another thing I really like to talk about or tell anyone that if thing people ask me like what would I do if I became a bigger YouTuber and I was able to be super successful, I always told them that I wouldn't change much. I would change my style of content sometimes, yeah, but I wouldn't change who I am, and I wouldn't change what I do. I look for small YouTubers. I try to help boost them up. I give them tips on a regular. Like I used to when I first reached 800 subs, I started looking at other TF2 YouTubers. I subscribe to a lot of them. I have like 20 small YouTubers still in my sub feed. And I'm gonna subscribe to you after
Oh, thank you very
because
much.
I've watched your videos. I've watched before I like got here. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna see.
Who the
And
hell am I speaking to?
I watched the video. I looked at your channel for a bit, and I said, you know what, this guy, you are a good YouTuber.
Thank
Like
you.
over time, you will. I'm promising you will get to where I'm at, and you'll see like yourself like to change over time. You'll change so much. Like at first, when I was at 100 subscribers, I used to make Slender Fortress. That was my thing. That's what got me popular. And I was collabing like crazy. I was like trying to get the market, like, or get some tension, or not tension, some people to look at my channel. So I collabed with people like the Arcady, the Arcady, or whatever. Spiky Mikey was along the road when I started Destiny, going away from Slender Fortress. Yes, Slender Fortress scared the living crap out of me. Period. I'm not lying.
It's
Low-key, when
still
I was
alive and
younger.
kicking.
Yeah, that's the thing. I loved it. I never got bored of it because, like, I couldn't get bored of it because I just love the whole premise, and like community can be so amazing. The Slender Fortress community, and I've talked to one of the owners of a Slender Fortress server, and they're not bad people. It's like a different community. Like people might make it off as cringe or bad, but it's amazing. I love like it's just creative. It takes time to put work into these things. It's like
Well, that's like
just
also like a great part of like TF2 or like a lot of games which support modding or like have like custom servers is like
yes.
people are
Any
much more
game,
creative than like not the devs themselves, but like they can be very creative with the games because like
the
one of
thing
the
is,
things,
devs that make community servers a thing are amazing people. They give more.
life
They
to the
make the
game.
game. They're smart too because community servers can bring a game back to life, like a silly maps were a thing. Remember that?
Yeah.
Those brought players in still because they saw those videos and like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Like the
And then they'll
higher
go, and
tower
then they'll
or the
start.
turbine.
Oh my gosh! Don't remind me of that stuff. I remember going on that stuff. I was like, oh no. I never made a video on that. I don't think so.
Like I think I made on like one video, and then that was like
That's the
Assassin's
thing.
Speed, and I was just trying to
always
trick
had-
step.
Yeah, the thing, I've always had the mindset, I'm not gonna jump onto the trend train.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, but unless I genuinely enjoy it and I feel like it's worth a video, like I'll do it, no problem.
Even like for example, like
But
the
when
10x
it's like
servers.
people that need silly. Like, I'm not trying to throw shade, but
Yeah.
like Cerny, remember when he made all those videos about silly maps and stuff, and then he got a lot of.
Don't really, because I don't think I ever watched him. So yeah.
Oh, or Sirius Martin.
Yeah.
Sirius Martin too. Sirius Martin is another person that really rode that out. But you know, he had a great personality. I didn't care that he rode the like, I don't even think it was just something you can genuinely enjoy. He was funny. It was fun to watch, and I've talked to him before, and he's just a great guy. It's just like, that's one of the things that smaller YouTubers are scared of. Like, it's hard to see if you can get to know any big YouTubers without sounding as a dick rider or anything.
Yeah,
but
like,
when you become friends with them, you're like, oh, that wasn't so hard, was it? I could have done this when I was smaller and seen work. Like, when I first met Spiky Mikey, it was to I donated him something, and he just checked out my channel, and I don't think that's exactly how we met, but I was just an active person in his chats, and I would donate sometimes to him, and then it's just so easy from that time. It's not, don't, like, this is why what I tell everyone. Yes, it's cool you know these people, but don't
brag about it.
Yeah, don't brag about it. It's not as cool as you think. Like, you get to know another human being that happens to have has thousands of followers. The numbers don't matter. They disappear once you look away from the screen.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Do not look at numbers. They can either motivate or not motivate you, demotivate you, or make you change to a ego bastard.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they can motivate you. That's the kind of people I like. That if they're motivated by their numbers, good or bad, those are the type of people I like. Because it's never about like.
You must always self improve, and like with that, like maybe like your YouTube is part of your self improvement.
I took every comment seriously. Any criticism, any thoughts. I didn't really hate anyone because they said my video was bad. I would genuinely take that and then try and make my next video even better.
Yeah, but like, the thing is, like, with that kind of comments, like, what I really like ask everyone, like, if you are commenting that the video is bad, at least like tell what part of it, like what was bad. Because yeah, for me, maybe like I know the video is bad, but maybe like I didn't get the glimpse of like that part which was bad, which I thought was good, and like so on.
Yeah, I mean, even when people say it's just bad, I just try to improve from there. I don't necessarily change who I am, unless like I need to change myself because of controversy or something. That's one of the things that I genuinely need to do. I do not like being in like a bad person. Like, yes, I can be kind of mean sometimes. I can't really say kinda, but just mean in general. I can say things and I don't really mean them, and
but the thing is, like, when you're like, my idea is like when you're feeling down or whatever, like, or even like in your case, like you are mean or something, like that might be because of like some problem a person has. So speaking is like the best. Yeah, like speaking out to like a friend or someone you know, like it's one of the greatest things to do in that situation. Not just like close in and like I'm feeling bad, but I will not tell anyone about it, and I will feel even worse because of that, because now I'm bad and I'm lonely and like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I love people who can talk, because I can't talk for myself sometimes.
But like, people like, this is why I kind of created like this series of podcasts. Is like one to like get to know to YouTubers, like if there's like small YouTuber, like big YouTuber, whatever, like who want to like show their personality, like more or less who they are.
The thing is, I love podcasts. I don't mind them. I love them. The people who make them are most of the time lively people who you can become friends with easily. Like, let's say Die Chance. I was in his Brown Bomber podcast
Yeah.
before, and I became friends with him. And it's I love podcasts. The idea of them are amazing, and when they're like bringing in like all numbers of people, like people with 20 subs, people with 100,000 subs. If
Yeah.
like the thing is, it's just a good idea. I love them, especially in the TF2 community. I haven't said this yet, but bigger YouTubers who find smaller YouTubers or try to like help smaller YouTubers out by featuring them in a video or something, or like, I love them. They are they are people I genuinely like. If they find a person they like and feature them in a video and get some like attention towards their video, then or their channel, then that's dope.
Like kind
Like
of for
Spiky
me,
helps.
yeah, for you like Spiky Mike, I
Yes.
think like for me like one of the people like who kind of helped me quite a bit like in like TF2 community and whatnot is Oris TV, like great dude.
Yeah,
like,
Oris
speak to him like from time to time, like
yeah, I've talked to Oris. I haven't talked to him recently, and I'm gonna try. It's just like recent drama, like I just distance myself with like almost everyone, but like he's one of the people that actually, he was the first 5K. Like I remember he commented on my video saying nice video. I was like, oh dope, and I checked out his channel and I was like,
and
dang,
holy moly, he has 5K.
yeah, that's the thing. I subscribed to him, and because I liked it. It's just something I did back then, like.
Yeah.
And then I joined his I joined his Discord, and then he just got to know me from there. Another person like that is like Dr. Lovecat. He was featured in one of my videos, and and I met him through my old sniper friend too.
It was like I love this community, like even with people who are like kind of not cringy but like not the best, I would say, because like this community is like quite tight and like more people like know each other in these communities and like in many other communities. I think like the only communities that might be as tight, maybe like retro game community, like the YouTubers who like make videos about retro games, they might be like as tight, but it was like we're so very few and like we are like a family of TF2s.
That's the thing. I love things that brought together YouTubers like in all ranges. Like one of the Discords, I forget what it was, but it was like creators.tf or something. It's just, and anything that brings the creators together and help like gets them to know each other.
Yeah, like one of the Discords right now, which I mean is like TFCO, like TF community, and like
I haven't joined that. I haven't actually seen that. No one invited me, and I haven't seen the link around it.
I will invite you after this one. Like,
yeah,
like just for your information.
We're gonna have to in like 2 minutes, though, because I gotta
just like tell you the information. Like in like 2 weeks, like to 15th to 16th, we are having like TF Connect stuff, like the charity.
Yeah, Discord servers that connect the YouTube
YouTubers
show
together.
It was the old Discord that I left because it became inactive, and it really sucked because I love that. It was a good idea of a Discord, but Discords that help you find other like new friends, basically people who you can make content with, other content creators. That's how I found most of the people I subbed to, because I saw them in self-promotion. I love Discords that have that because I can look at other people's videos and say, hey, that's a pretty good video. That's why I love the TF2 community, because like even if you like you're a small YouTuber, you can still be a great one.
Yeah. And like on that great note, let's finish up and like thank you everybody who will be watching this podcast in like approximately a day when this video gets uploaded. Thank you Zyga, Medic Man, for joining in, for speaking out, and any last words from you?
I love you.
Oh, I'm blushing. No,
No
no
homo.
homo. Yeah. Okay.
Full bromo, dude.
Thanks. Bye bye, heroes. See you in the next one.